Hello, welcome to my video Senate blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers victory against the Detroit Lions, 29-24 today on NFL 2025 season, week 16. Well, today the Steelers traveled to Detroit, where the Steelers face the Detroit Lions, and the Steelers did surprise and defeated the Detroit Lions 29-24. So, for that reason, I'm recording this video where I'm going to talk about the game, what happened in the game, and what's next. Well, today the Steelers traveled and played against the Lions, where it was a most victory to still stay in the first place in the AFC North. Where, to be honest, the Steelers surprised me a lot because they play against one of the best teams in the league. Where, remember, it was a must victory for the Lions to still have possibilities to qualify to the playoff. In this moment, it looks difficult that they can qualify because they need a miracle win the last two games and win some combination. About the Steelers, it was a must victory to stay stay leading the AFC North. Where, to be honest, I was so surprised for the great game that the Steelers played, especially in the second half. That was a tremendous game, I'm not gonna to lie. Where in the halftime the game was tied 10-10 and the game was very close. But I think that the big difference was the third quarter and the first 4 minutes of the last quarter was where the Steelers scored 12, 12 points, 12 points without answer. The Steelers took the lead for more than touchdowns, and that was the big difference to win that game because starting the third quarter, the Steelers made a safety. They had scored 2 points, and the Steelers were leading the game by 2 point difference, 12-10. After that, the Steelers scored a touchdown, and the Steelers were leading 20, no, 19, no, 12, 19 to 10, and the Steelers were leading by 9 point, no, yeah, by 9 point difference. After that, the Steelers scored a field goal, and the Steelers were leading 22-10 in the first minutes of the fourth quarter. In that moment, I thought that the game was over, and it was a very big error by the Steelers because the Steelers defenses relaxes a lot. I'm not gonna to lie. After that, the Detroit Lions scored two touchdowns. The Steelers scored another touchdown, and in that moment, the Steelers were leading by 12 point difference with less than 4 minutes to play. And I thought that the game was over, but again the Steelers defense relaxes a lot. The Lions scored a touchdown, and the game was by 5 point difference. Where the Steelers had the drive, the Steelers move on to the Lions zone, and the Steelers had a field goal. But the problem is that the Chris Bowell missed the field goal. It was something weird because it was a field goal of less than 40 yards, and it was in a dome stadium. The Steelers Chris Bowell missed that touchdown, and the Lions had the opportunity to win this game. To be honest, when the Steelers had dominate the second half, and the Steelers had everything to win, but they have missed it, and now the Lions with a touchdown could win the game. But the Lions moved the all the field, and they had the opportunity to score this field goal. Even that the Detroit Lions in the last drive of the game, they scored a touchdown two times, but it was avoided because Lions penalties, and the finishes was a very exciting because the Lions had scored a touchdown, but the referee called a penalty. The game was over, and the Steelers won the game. When again the Steelers suffered a lot. It was a cardiac finish it, but in the end the Steelers could get the victory. With the victory, the Steelers improved to a 9-6 record. They are still leading the AFC North, and the Lions fell to a 8-7 record. They stay away to enter to the playoff, and the most probably the Lions are gonna to miss the playoffs. About the Steelers, who I told you they play a very great game, especially in the offense side. They have almost 500 total yards, 181, 251 pass yard, and 230 by run. This was amazing because they played the best game in the run game. About the defense side, the Steelers allowed 361 total yards, 346 by pass, and 15 by run. This was amazing performance, but quite told you, the Steelers defenses were playing a very great football in the first 2 quarters, also in the first 4 minutes of the last quarter, but after that, the Steelers defense relaxed a lot because they had a little or more than 10 point difference. The Steelers defense relaxes a lot, and the Detroit Lions took advantage of that. So, with this victory, the Steelers stayed in the first place in the AFC North with a 9-6 record. In this moment, they have a 3-winning streak. This is amazing, and the Steelers in this moment have to gain advantage against the Ravens. In the moment that I'm recording this video, the Ravens are tying with the Patriots 10-10 by 10 in the beginning of the third quarter. So the most probably is going to be an interesting game. But if the Ravens lose that game, the Steelers will have a 2.5 game advantage. So what's next? The Steelers will the next week will play against the will visit the Cleveland Browns. This game will play the next Sunday, December 28th. This game is going to be playing 13 o'clock start time in the Cleveland Brown Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. In this moment, the Cleveland Browns are in the bottom of the division with a 3-12 record. They are eliminated. Remember that these two teams played in the week 5, we're still in the problem in the Cleveland Browns 23-9. This is always very difficult because usually when the Steelers play on Cleveland, Ohio, most of the time the Steelers lost that game. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be a tough game because remember that when the Browns play against the Steelers, mostly in Cleveland, is Super Bowl. So I think it's going to be a tough game, a close game, a game that it will be score less than 20 points per team. I think that the most probably that game is going to be defined in the last minutes of the quarter, if not of the game, if not in the last play of the game. And I think that the Steelers are going to win that game by 1 or 3 point difference. And the Steelers, I think that the Steelers will stay in the first place in the AFC North. And also something amazing is that for first time in more than 5 years, the Steelers are undefeated in this moment in December, because remember in the last year the Steelers were winless the last year. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment or suggestion, you can write me in the platform. So see you next video. Gibran.